Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Adam Syukran Umar Zahari, and today I'll be presenting my assignment 2 for SADT for my assignment. So first and foremost, I would like to give a brief introduction is that architecture design is a very important tool or process during the design process whereby you are able to create a model of the design that you will be using throughout the development process of the information system. So one unique thing about the architecture design is that it is something that can evolve throughout the life of the system in terms of the design phase. So throughout the design phase, this model can actually evolve based on different changes that can happen during the development process. So with regards to figure 2, this is an example of some of the processes that can happen in architecture design, but it should be noted that this does not illustrate a process or like a step-by-step. Any of the starting points can be started at any different moment in the designing process. So firstly is regarding the requirements. Regarding the requirements, that is requirements that are normally taken from stakeholders or other people who will be using the information systems that will be developed later on. And then environmental factors, so like technical, like what technology do you have, so on and so forth. So both of these two things will be used during the architecture design process to create two different things, which is the initial architecture description and also any recurring architectural patterns. When you create a system, there are some things within the system that will be repeating. As such, taking into consideration all of these patterns, it can make the code a lot more simpler if you were to use these patterns. So next is regarding standard method. So standard method, these are like the different operations or functions that can exist within the system. So we can see that the standard method goes through method engineering, and then after this engineering, it will create the different functions and the different methods in the system. And these methods will also be taken into consideration in the implementation process, but will also be used to create the different tools that can exist within the system. And then these tools can then be used to create a modeling tool, which can also be used in the implementation process. So, back to the implementation or the deployment process, we can see that it requires a lot of different components. Firstly, being the requirements, as previously mentioned. Secondly, the initial architecture descriptions, as that was a result of the architecture design. Third, being the different environmental factors. And fourth, being the recurring architectural patterns. Fifth being the different methods and functions that were created in the system. And finally, six is the modeling tool that was created as a result from all of the tool development and also method development. So we can see that with all of these different components, with all of these different items, we will create a software-based information system. So in conclusion, architecture design is a very important process in the development of a system. And as such, using a model like as shown in figure 2 can be very important in creating a system that is well thought out and works well. With that, thank you very much. I've been Adam Shukran.